Welcome 7th graders. Today we will be talking about finding simple interest. So our objective, I can find simple interest that should go into your notebook. Okay, this one also should be in your notes. Go ahead and stop and copy everything and I'll be talking about it. All right, here is the formula for simple interest, which says I equals P times R times T, where I is the interest money, how much interest I'm going to earn. P is the principal, meaning how much money I put into it. R is the interest rate. Now this is very important. You are going to change your percents to a decimals. And then time. Just remember that the time is in years. Now, what is interest? Let's say you go to the bank and put some money into your bank and you put it in a savings account. If you put it in a savings account, you hope that after some time, there's actually more money there that you started with. So this formula helps you find how much more money you will have than you started with. Okay? So let's keep trying. Here's an example. You borrowed $300 for 5 years at the annual interest rate of 4%. What is simple interest you pay in dollars? So you're going to start with your formula, which is interest equals principal times rate times time. What is the principal? Principal is the starting money, which is our $300. Rate is our percent, but we are going to change that percent to a decimal, so 0.04. And T is time. How many years was it in my account? Well, it was 5 years. Now, you need to multiply it and figure out your interest. So for this one, I'm going to use a calculator. So go ahead and it's 300 times 0.04 times 5 is $60. It's $60. That means that I have to pay a $60 interest on how much money I borrowed. Okay? Okay, here's a question for you. Go ahead. Stop and try. All right, welcome back. Hopefully you started with an interest equals principal times rate times time. Principal is $220. That's my principal. Rate, I have to change to a percent, to a decimal, sorry, percent to a decimal, just 0.05. And how many years did I do it for? 4 years. Okay, so now I'll use handy dandy calculator. And I do 220 times 0.05 times 4, which is $44. So my interest on that one was $44. What do you think? Not too bad? That's pretty much it. Here's one more for you. All right, let's do it again. Principal, rate, and our time. So equals principal times rate times time, which is $2,000 times 0.10 times 6. If I multiply it, I don't really need a calculator for it, hopefully, but times 0.10 times 6 is $1,200. $1,200. I'll put that. Okay, that's pretty much our lesson today, so not too bad, okay? Okay, here's a little bit harder question, but not much. This time I'm comparing two accounts and see which one, which loan will cost more, okay? So I'm going to do two things. I have two loans. Okay, let me read it, the whole thing. You need to borrow $1,000. You can borrow it for 3 years at 8% simple interest or 2 years at 11% simple interest. Which loan will cost more? Okay, so the first one, I always start with 1,000, but the first one is 8% for 3 years. And the second one is 11% for 2 years. So let's try. I always start with the same amount, changing percent to a decimal, multiply times 3. Okay, let's see. Do you see my calculator? Yes, you do. Okay. So 1,000 times 0.08 times 3. So that's $240. That's how much interest will cost. Now for the second one, I will set it up again. I need to borrow $1,000 for 11% for 2 years. And that will cost me $220. So if I'll choose which loan I want to go with, I will probably go for $220 because that's how much I will be paying to the bank for that loan, just for them to let me borrow their money. So I want to pay less. At this time, I will pick this one. Okay, this one is for you. Where I go. Okay, let's see. This time, I have similar one. Okay, so I have 7% for 3 years and 11% for 2 years. And I want to do 2,000, so I will set it up. 2,000 times 7% times 3. On this one, I have 2,000 times 11% times 2. Okay, make sure my zeros look like zeros. Okay, let's try it. So 2,000 times 0.07, that's 7%, times 3, that's $420. And then the other one is 2,000 times 0.11 times 2, which is 440. At this part, this one is a better choice because I will pay less. Okay? All right, good job. If you have any questions, make sure you ask.